Initially, the National Puppetry Archive was made up of several collections, some of which were in different parts of the country. Now it's predominantly two: the archive of the British Puppetry Model Theatre Guild and my own collection. Together they form about 5,500 puppets and endless bookshelves of folders and files containing all sorts of ephemera related to British puppet history. The two collections together cover a vast range of British puppetry, from Victorian marionettes to ventriloquist dummies to shadow puppets, toy theatre, Punch and Judy, the iconic character in British puppetry, and of course TV puppets. We've got the first ever puppet that was made for television, Soko, by the Guild's founder, Harry Wanslaw, right through to more recent puppets such as Spitting Image, that before was on TV for many, many years. In the Guild collection, there's a very significant group of puppets called the Lanchester puppets. They were formed by Waldo and Muriel Lanchester back in the 1930s, and they performed throughout Britain and became very well known in the end around the world. George Bernard Shaw, in fact, wrote a play specifically for them. The Guild has many Lanchesters and some of their key shows. They've got the circus, they've got the underwater ballet, and some of Waldo's old music hall type puppets. The Guild was fortunate to acquire the Lanchester marionettes through a Heritage Lottery grant. It's been made aware that they were looking to be split up and possibly going abroad, so we did a campaign to raise the money, and we were fortunate that Heritage Lottery backed us and gave us a grant to purchase them and keep them in the National Puppetry Archive for the future, for the whole of Britain to enjoy and to appreciate. Conservation and care is very important to us here at the National Puppetry Archive. It's important that we look after these puppets so that they're available for future generations to appreciate and learn about their history. There's some that don't need too much conservation. Mr. Punch here has got various knocks and bumps and chips of paint, but that's part of his history, and we want to keep that and preserve that because that tells a story in itself. There's other puppets, ironically the later puppets that have been made, that take a lot more care. The Spitting Image ones, for instance, they're made from latex, and that over a series of years does start to crumble and deteriorate. So we're working with various conservationists to make sure we can preserve these puppets and keep them as best they can, so again they're available for future people to enjoy. The archive is not just about physical puppets. Although those are great and wonderful to look at, they don't always tell the full story. So we keep lots of files and folders and albums and old scrapbooks that tell us lots more about what's gone on in the past and the history of British puppet theatre. This one, for instance, here was from the London Marionette Theatre in the 1920s. It was the founder of the Guild who started that with Waldo Lanchester, and we can see lots and lots of photographs from the time when they were performing and the various puppets they were using at the time. That gives us the opportunity to scan them, to make sure they're digitised and preserved for the future, but also keeping the original scrapbooks that were put together with such care gives so much rich information as to what was happening at these times. The National Puppetry Archive continues to grow. We consistently add new puppets into the collection to make sure that we preserve them for future generations. One such puppet is this chap here, Scally the dog, who appeared on Children's ITV many years ago and was very popular at the time. He's recently come into the collection, and we're making sure that he's there available for people to see in exhibitions and online, so they know he's here, and that future generations can enjoy all the different characters, whether they be Victorian puppets, Punch and Judy, toy theatre, or TV puppets like this fella.